I've just seen this viral doctor show up on my feed on YouTube. I'm going to break down exactly why his video format and the way he creates content is absolutely genius when it comes to coaches and also people that just have a service-based business that they want to show to more people so they can sell. I'm going to run you through why it's so good in terms of getting attention, getting followers, getting seen on social media, and how we can kind of learn from this guy, because what he's doing is truly, truly genius. Obviously, the big thing with this creator, we're going to dive deep into it, is there's a few things playing in his favor. One is his content is very engaging, very open, but also he's a doctor. So because he's a doctor, he's a plastic surgeon, it's easy for him to have that instant trust, credibility, and authority, so people kind of buy into him before they even see the video fully, right? So I'll share a few things about how we can do it in any service-based business, any coaching business, to be able to grow, to be able to build and get clients and kind of really succeed with it. That's kind of the biggest stuff we'll go through today. So let's dive into the account and go through it. I actually didn't even know his full name until the video just started, because I've just been seeing him pop up, and I was just saying to my video editor before this, I'm like, we need to do a video on this guy because it's genius what he's doing, right? I've not looked at the long form. I'm not really going to touch on the long form videos too much, but the short videos he does are really clever. The reason they're really clever is because he hacks and growth hacks the algorithm to get him and his opinion and his worldview and his expertise shared for other people and kind of get other people to see it. What I mean by that is, let's watch a video. Let's watch even the most recent video, which, like, even if you look at this, guys, for context, he has 1.8 million subscribers. But what's really interesting to me in terms of formatting is, if you look at the last three, even four videos, from the last four videos, 3 of them have over 1 million views. 1.9, 3.7, and 2 million views. So that's averaging around 2 million views in those last 3 videos he's posted. So these are not even the most viewed ones. And this is a format I've used as well. We've had videos that get 5 million, 10 million, 15 million views come through on Instagram just from using this format. So it's nothing groundbreaking, it's nothing kind of revolutionary, but the reason they do so well, and I'll show you now, is because he does one thing really, really well. And I'll show you how you can learn from it, so you don't have to be a doctor, you have to have everything figured out. But let's watch the one that has this one, 3.7.
Doing it himself, he found it, so he's pulling it out himself.
I mean, like, the video itself, I didn't know what to expect. It's quite shocking. It has this kind of shock factor. He's pulling something out of his skin. It's quite grotesque. It's quite disgusting. Let's watch another one.
Would rotate behind her, catching you.
I like he's very kind of visual. He's very, his facial expressions are super high. But one thing you can notice from these videos is, like, 75% of the video and the real estate of this video is the original. So the original video is him reacting to someone else's video. That's 75%. Like, the first 3 seconds, the first 5 seconds of the video is him, like, putting an overlay in someone else's video and him just giving his thoughts later on. But the reason this is so powerful is because if you look at kind of the hook in the video, and if you just look at the simple human psychology and science behind this on Instagram, right, the original video he's picking are already very viral. They're already getting millions of views. They're probably getting more views on the original content. So when he takes the original and he uses that hook, he uses the exact same wording, uses 75% of the visual of the hook of the video, and he puts that on top, he's basically ethically stealing someone else's viral hook, and he's using it to basically growth hack his channel and get attention. If you just post this type of content on your business, for your coaching business, it's not going to build a lot of trust long term. People aren't really going to know what you sell and how you can help them. But if you simply use this formatting, which is just first 3 to 5 seconds, if you just use that formatting initially just to pull people in, it can be really, really powerful. Let's watch one video fully so I can kind of actually talk you through it. I feel like I'm going on a tangent.
you as you try to sneak a cookie.
That's not possible.
Now, for that to work,
Let me replay it from the start.
her head would rotate behind her, catching you as you try to sneak a cookie.
That's not possible.
Now, for that to work, her neck would need to have...
And he's giving little insights into this as well, so it's sort of like, it's not just him using the hook, by the way. It's like, here, he's like, it's not possible.
It's not possible.
Now, for that to work, her neck would need to have double the amount of vertebrae than normal, and each one would need to be flatter and rounder to twist without snapping.
So this is true. The human body has 7 vertebrae, while the owl actually...
So do you see what I mean? Like in this video, exactly, guys, as well, it's like one thing he does is it's very clear in the sense that first 3 seconds, first 5 seconds of the video is like 90% is the original hook. But then afterwards, he starts talking about his expertise. He starts giving insights. You know, here's what I agree on this video. Here's what I disagree. This is so powerful in terms of getting trust and social proof into it. Because if you look at any kind of very big, successful content channel, even before social media, the news are some of the most popular content channel around ever of all time. They're just taking the news. They're just taking stories that are not kind of theirs and just giving their thoughts. They're just giving their opinions and they're sharing what's good and what's not. This kind of content, I've never seen it not work when it comes to getting attention, when it comes to getting followers, likes, comments, engagements on your page. Obviously, you know, right now, if you're watching this, if you're struggling in terms of you're sitting here, you're like, man, I'm struggling to get views, I'm struggling to get comments, likes, followers on my social media, maybe incorporating some content where you go through and you understand what kind of stuff your audience is already watching, what kind of content is probably going viral for your audience on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, and then you just taking a hook of the original video, the first 3 seconds, the first 5 seconds, you filming yourself watching at your phone, you watching the video, first 3 seconds, first 5 seconds, you watch that first bit of video, and then you give your opinion. You know, let's say you're a fitness coach. You know, I've helped transform 500 plus women. If it's true, I've helped transform 100 plus people's lives. Here's what's true. I'm a qualified health and wellness personal trainer. I'm a qualified body recomposition coach and personal trainer. I'm going to give you my opinion, what's true, what's not. There's a lot of noise on social media. There's a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to be the voice of reason. I'm going to tell you what diets you should be doing. I'm going to tell you what you shouldn't be doing, what training plans to follow, what supplements are worth your time. And then all you have to do once a week is just spend 20 minutes finding these videos, and you just kind of just hijack their hook. And then you make the story, you make the lesson of the video, you keep the story the same, but you make your lesson the expertise on the back end. This guy, Michael, has done fantastically well in terms of getting the views, getting the attention. Like, he's done incredibly well. Has 1.18 million subscribers on YouTube. I would hazard a guess and say he might be a bit high. Like, if he's not selling like a coaching element to it, or like plastic surgeon stuff, if it's just posting this kind of content, he's trying to promote a service-based business, it might be quite hard because there's not enough about his services and it's not much about kind of what he does and how he does it. But for you listening to this, you can take this content, run this content to get followers, comments, likes, engagement, and then off the back of this, have the normal content on your social media where you go heavy in terms of talking about what you do, how you do it, why you're such a good coach. And then you have a perfect blend of content in there in terms of growing a page, but also having content which is, you know, actually selling your coaching and selling your service. This is a fantastic example of someone that does this really well. I want to give you one more kind of quick thing, which is so clever. It's so clever. And I got thinking about this when I watched this video, right? So if we look at any video he does, these ones here are even more hijacking. By the way, the most viewed ones, this is an 84 million view video, but this one's even more of a hijack video. And what I mean by that is this one's probably 90% of the first visual, the first 3 to 5 seconds. The 90% of the video is the original with a small circle, which is him, right? So, you know, take that as what you will, but it's a very easy way to basically take the proven concept, take it to get the views at the beginning, and then people stick around and watch the end of the video because they want to hear your thought of reason. Is this true? Is this not true? Should I do this? Should I not do this?
Get a really bad burn.
But one small thing I wanted to show you with all of these videos is it's insanely clever, man. Like, what's insanely clever for this channel, Michael Gardner, what he does is every video is almost identical in terms of his setup, right? His background is very clean, it's very simple, it's very basic. But apart from that, one thing he has, which I'm like 90% sure is it is a doctor's coat he has on. So automatically people see him having the doctor's coat on. They then maybe go to the profile picture, they see the bio, and they're like, okay, there's kind of clear synergies, clearly connected. They see the doctor's coat, they automatically have more authority. He automatically has more authority, more trust, more credibility with the people he's talking to. But also it makes it so clear. Okay, I'm the doctor. This is what I do. This is what I help people with. This is my service. This is why you should listen to me, right? So powerful. So if you have any type of service-based business, this kind of synergy can be incredibly valuable, right? When you're filming your videos, if you sell a fitness coaching offer, you probably want to have some videos of you in gym gear, in the gym potentially training, or you kind of doing that, because automatically people are going to see the video, are going to see the first 2 seconds, 3 seconds, even if they just see a paused, like pause still frame of your video at the start, they're going to know exactly like what you're about, right? They're going to be able to judge you very quickly. People judge, so just make it congruent, right? If you are let's keep it to fitness. If you're a fitness coach and your videos are in a cafe, or if your videos are in a really luxury high-end hotel, but you help normal people lose 20 kilos, there's a bit of a disconnection there, and sometimes that can get people to scroll away. At the beginning, what we want to optimize is getting people to stop and actually watch, because that's going to turn into followers, likes, comments, engagements, and going to drive everything forward. That's going to be a big thing there I'd look at if you want to get more clients, more leads, more sales for your coaching business as well. This guy is a genius when it comes to this, because it builds instant trust. He has a white coat on. Obviously, we're not all doctors. I'm not a doctor, but having more synergy in terms of where you're filming, what kind of stuff you're talking about as well, it's going to be really powerful. Like, I see I work with a lot of personal trainers and fitness guys, so I see a lot of kind of guys that do book the course from these videos. They would be talking about weird stuff in their content. They'll be talking about mindset, confidence, holidays, like all of these different weird topics, and it just doesn't kind of stay congruent. It doesn't stay congruent to one clear message. When clients jump on board, we make everything super simple. We just talk about a few key pillars. I've talked about this in other videos, but you just have 3 core pillars. Map out exactly what your core 3 pillars are for your content. If you're a fitness coach, as an example, these might be training, it might be nutrition, and it might be the mind to not sabotage, and the mind to actually stay on track with your nutrition and stay motivated, right? Anything, if you're going to talk about other videos, make it as like a 5% of your content to be around other niche topics. Like, don't talk about what you're doing for your Christmas shopping 24/7, or don't talk about weird niche topics, or talk about masculinity or femininity or whatever kind of nonsense that might be, because it confuses people and it doesn't help with building your business. Like, this guy's gone super viral because his content is super specific, and it's just one thing. It's Gardner plastic surgery. He's a plastic surgeon, he's a doctor, and that's all he talks about. All he talks about is like him reacting to videos like that. So that's one of the easiest ways you can kind of go super viral, get a lot of followers. And this is a real life case study, obviously very different to what people would do, but it's a very good example of how you can leverage this type of content to get more eyeballs on your page as well. If you find this video helpful, guys, if you do take value from it, if you want to see more content just like this, as always, make sure to hit like and subscribe so I know what to post more of. And if you do want to inquire about working with me one-to-one to build, grow, and scale your coaching business going into 2026, There'll be a link to apply down below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.